Again, it's me, and I'm hoping that you know me by now. It's Joy Ruffin coming to you from the Sunshine State, and it's always good to be with you. Tonight, we're talking about leading ladies, leaving legacies, living legacies. And we have a lady with us who's going to share a fascinating story with you. Who doesn't want to age backwards and living younger, longer? That's what we're going to be talking about. I want you to be a part of the show. I want it to be interactive. You can come after you've heard Diane speak a wee bit about questions and concerns that you have. And we know that you have them, we all do. One of the reasons that I'm delighted, honored, and thrilled to have Diane, I belong to one of the groups that we're both a member of, and she's one of the cheerleaders. But the format, the foundation, the principle for that show fits my DNA and it fits my heartbeat because it's geared not only for women, for all men and women, but the platform is phenomenal. And this is how I met this lovely lady. And I'm going to ask her to come on over and share a little bit about her background. Now, she has, for a long time, enjoyed the process of helping others eat and live a healthy lifestyle and all of the facets that's involved with healthy living and a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're going to speak to. It's a never-ending conversation, so you're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to say to you, help me to welcome Diane to the show. Hello, Diane, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you here.
Thank you so much, Joy. This is honor and a pleasure. I really appreciate it. And yes, I love meeting you at Women's Prosperity Network.
It's a great group. It's a great group, and I love their format. I love their foundation. It fits.
Absolutely, we do. It's a workshop, so you get to work on yourself in addition to your business.
Yes. Now, Diane, I did not share much with them about your background because I love it. I find it fascinating for many different reasons because this anti-aging thing has gone over to the dark side. Yet, what you're talking about, aging backwards, living longer and younger, it really, to me, is more exciting and interesting. So speak to us a little bit about your background, how you got started, what you're doing now, and how it fills you up and how you want to share it with others. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah. And it is a lot. Yes. Well, thank you, Joy. Thanks again for having me. I really, truly appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And you mentioned the dark side of anti-aging. Now I think in positive ways. So I think of positive things instead of anti-aging. It's kind of like, you have a happy birthday because the alternative is horrible. You want to have birthdays, right? So Absolutely. we do want to age. We don't want to anti-age. At one point in my life, though, I think I wanted to anti-age. I was so sick, so in pain, and absolutely had no self-confidence whatsoever. I got to a really dark spot in my life, and that was about 10 years ago. I truly didn't think they didn't think that I was going to make it out of the hospital. It was that bad. And from that day forward, when somebody, the gentleman, the EMT that brought me into the hospital saw me 3 days later, and he said, "Oh, you're still with us. Must be a God thing." Well, that's when I realized that maybe God wanted me to stay around. And so that was the message that I got. And the message that I continued to learn, and it's a learning process every day, is to help people get more healthy and to live longer. And we don't want to live longer not in health. A lot of us are living longer, but we live on medications, or we live on bad practices. So I started learning and teaching myself how to become healthy. And in the process, I have learned so much about good products, not so good products, and how to get off of a lot of medications that they had put me on.
Diane, I love that because I have a husband who is on tons of medication and not well, and it's a constant struggle. And I've always been a health advocate in so many ways. So I believe and I know what you're doing is so needed. One of the things that you put in your bio for me, and I found fascinating because so many people speak to it, but not enough, about how so many of us, because of the speed and the time that we build doing different things, we don't do the fresh, healthy foods. We're doing the processed, quick, fast foods. So obviously, in your learning, you got away from that big time.
And that's what has turned us into this.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. I saw that article not too long ago. I didn't read it though. Yes,
Well,
that,
it doesn't say a whole lot, except that yes, we are fat, and the processed foods and the lack. Actually, it's a Western diet that we have grown up with. It's the diet that we were told was healthy. To don't eat fat. To don't eat. Uh, the pyramid, the food pyramid, is actually backwards. It should be the other way around.
yes.
And it's truly not our fault that we're fat and that we're unhealthy. That's what we grew up with. That's what we were taught when we were growing up. And so we thought it was okay, right?
Excellent point. Excellent point. And what's so hard for so many of us, myself included, for a long time, is to segue from that upbringing that was not the best in the healthiest sense and get into the healthy frame of mind. It's a process, Diane. It really is. And it's not one that you come by easily. It's research and time and an investment that you make in yourself. Is that not so?
That is so absolutely true. And fortunately, people are coming around. Reporters are getting more into doing some of the research to finding out why we're so fat, why we are the way we are. And fortunately, it has become a little more mainstream that what we're eating is how we live. And really what you put in your body and on your body is how you will live and die. So organics are more available. Organic foods. People are realizing that leafy green vegetables are really good for you, and that certain fats are really good for you. And I'll let you in on a tip I'm going to share with you a while in a bit. One of my 5 Captain Obvious tips that everybody really knows or should know is never eat food from a restaurant with a drive-through. How many times do we say, I don't have the time to make a home cooked meal. We'll just drive through Wendy's, or fill in the blanks. There's a drive through fast food restaurant on every corner. So it makes it super easy to be getting way too much fat, way too much sugar, and way too much salt. And it's not the good kind of fat. And we've learned to live on that. And it's just so bad for us. So what I've put together is a whole bunch of information on getting away from the normal Western diet that we've been taught. And that Western diet causes a lot of pain. And that pain comes from the inflammation that we get when we eat that type of diet. The pain I was in from eating that kind of food was, I was on Lyrica, Roboxin, Tylenol 3. I was taking about 4 Aleve or 5 Aleve a day. My body was just in really bad shape. So in changing my diet, in changing my health attitude, in changing my thinking, taking myself to a I can't do anything right attitude to a I can do things right. I can do things right every day attitude. I've become so much more healthy, and I really love sharing it with other people. So
I love that, Diane. Let me tell you why. You heard me chuckling loudly because I was about to ask you what are some of the best tips you're going to leave with us, because I knew that you had the 5, and I'm eager to hear them. But the laughter, they say, the louder you laugh, the truer it is. And this thing with technology and speed, and no one has time for anything anymore, especially the investment that you make in yourself. I hear you loud and clear, and that's what we have to do. And I've said often that the universal code is change, and that change is not easy for many of us. So any of the tips and tools that you can share, because your story is fascinating, that will help us to implement making this change to a healthier lifestyle, we're all ears to listen for.
all ears, yes. Yeah, well, I if you go to my website, which is www.lifesmilehealth.com
Mhm.
/5 dash tips, that's FIVE dash TIPS,
Yes.
you will be able to get a copy of my 5 Captain Obvious tips to achieve better health. And there's just obvious things that we really know are better for us than the things that we take for granted that are easier. So shopping the outside of the grocery store is one that you've heard before.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I've added the organic vegetables. I just said all organic foods if you can do that, and there's so many more available now. Well, there's 5 other tips in there that will help you realize, and you go, oh yeah, I knew that. And it's just those simple changes that you can make that will bring you to a better lifestyle, a happier lifestyle, better health, and longer life. In addition to that, longer life, you want to be able to be healthier.
Yes.
The condition that I was in 10 years ago, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I truly have brought myself back from the brink of death. So I've been aging backwards, like you said.
Yes.
And I found that because I'm like most people, I want things done now. I don't want to have to wait. I want to get younger now, but I'm afraid of knives. I'm afraid of needles, and I'm afraid of those kind of things. So I started researching to find as many natural products that I could that actually were going to work a little faster than just waiting around for nature to take its course by not eating so much sugar, by exercising more, by getting more sunlight, by getting more less stress, taking the stress away from my life. So I have found some extra items that I would like to talk about, and they're actually on my website. One of them is a pain relief medical device. Yes.
Let me just stop you for 1 second, because I want the people who are in the audience now and the ones who will come for the replay, and that's the largest segment. I want them to know that all of the things that we're talking about, the links, your website, the 5 tips that you're going to be giving, and the booklet we're going to talk about that you'll be giving away to the first person who arrived here, and I think that's Alfredo, will be getting this book, and we'll ask for his email and his address and whatever so that you can get that book to him. But in the meantime, I want you to know as well, even though I mentioned it before, that everything that you're talking about as far as the clickable link will be put up on this video so that people can get to you, so you can continue on. No worries.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, there's some things on my website that I'm really excited about. Can you tell? I get excited about helping people to get out of pain, to be healthier and happier in their own body. So those are the things that I like to share with people. There is another product that's not on my website that I will be sharing, and it's as easy as changing your socks. I found these wonderful socks that are so cool. So I will add this Vox socks addition to my website as soon as I can get my able-bodied assistant to do that for me, Miss Charlie Mace. And that brings up my business side, which is includes the book that I'm going to give away to. Who was it? The first person?
The first person is Alfredo. Yes. Alfredo Bigelow is here. He was the first person to arrive. Yes.
This book was one of the things that changed my life. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Jumpstart Your Income, Your Life, and Your Success. And after I realized that I wanted to get healthy, I realized that I needed to have a platform to do that. And that's when Women's Prosperity Network came into my life and started teaching me about personal development. Personal development took me from being this person wanting to get healthy to having a structure where I could actually get better myself and help other people get better. This book was key to when I started my business and started with Women's Prosperity Network and achieved where I am today. So I love that book. I wanted to share that with as many people as I can. This one is actually signed by Darren Hardy. I saw him at one of the many events that I go to. Like you said, I am a co-leader of Women's Prosperity Network. I'm president of a couple different other charitable groups in town. And I'm a marketing representative for a medical device called Avicen, Senegence, which is the cleanest cosmetics that I love. And this new product that I found that is marketed by a company called New You Life. And not to go on too much about it, but this
Yes.
product has absolutely changed my life and the lives of many, many, many people in a really quick way.
Tell us a little bit about that product then, so we can get excited about it like you are.
Yeah, that's what I started to say about how we don't have a whole lot of patience to get well. And
Yes.
this product is called Somaderm. It is a transdermal gel that actually goes on your skin and it goes into your bloodstream. And what's in it is human growth hormone in a microdose. So instead of, remember I said I don't like getting injections?
Yes.
I love the results that HGH provides for so many people. Like you think about Tom Cruise, how he looks the same as he did 20 years ago. He's been getting those injections, you betcha. But they're expensive and you have to go to a doctor for them. This product you can have in your very own home. You put it on your skin and you get the same results in a very short period of time. Wow. So this is what it's all about, aging backwards.
You know your stuff, and I'm honored that you're sharing all of this information. There's so much to take in because health is everything. It is the best wealth any of us are going to have. All the millions of dollars that you can acquire, it's good, and we want that. But if you're not healthy and if you're not taking the best care, what good is it going to do? You can't really enjoy and appreciate it. So I love what you're about and what you're doing. You've shared a lot of information with us. One thing before I get to one other thing, you mentioned something that I just read about the other day, socks. Tell us a little bit about those socks, because there's something about it helps to alleviate what, pain or what? I don't recall exactly what I read. Share a little bit about the socks.
Well, these are called Vox socks, and they're Vox Life homeostasis socks. They work on your homeostasis is basically it. It's very scientific, but it's true. They help reduce pain. They give you more stamina. They give you stability, and they can reduce certain inflammations in your body. So they come in lots of fun colors. They also come in athletic socks. They come in no-show socks. So this is an awesome addition to a healthy living style, because wearing socks makes you want to have more energy, put on your tennis shoes and go walking or running and get that activity in. So yes, you can learn more about it on my website.
I read a little bit about those socks and got excited because of the inflammation and all of that, because my husband has walking issues, and I heard that it was good for inflammation and all of that type of stuff. And I didn't get to read, as I often do, as much as I want to. So I'll look more into that, because if you're promoting it, I want to know more about it now. So
absolutely.
I think you've shared so much with us. You've shared so many things that we have to think about and look into, because health is everything. I was going to ask you, what is a secret that you've now discovered and that you know for sure for you? You shared several, but is there anything else that you would want to share with the audience before we go on to one other thing? You've given us so many tips and tools to work with here and things that we'll be looking for once I get all the links and everything up. But what's one secret now that you know that you can share with us that maybe you didn't know several years ago?
Joy, the one thing that I truly believe in this day, and I know that I wouldn't be where I am without it, is accountability from a trusted partner.
Oh, I love that.
I believe in having a person on the outside making sure that you are on your path and that you stay on your path. And when you fall off your path, you understand that's just temporary, and you know you can get back on your path. And that accountability goes a little further too, because that path may be a great idea for you, but when you do have people to bounce it off of, you can find out, is that the right path for me? Am I to the end of my path? Do I need to go further? Or can I go on a different path? So having people around me that I know and trust And my groups are important for that. Women's
Yes.
Prosperity Network, absolutely. People like you that are out there helping me get the word out and getting the feedback from people that I trust also. So accountability is what I based my actually nutrition coaching program on. So I do have a nutrition accountability program that's available. So yeah, we got to keep on track, and that I have learned. And
That,
it's not always good coming from a spouse.
Diane, that is one of the best tips. This is why we love what we do, all of us, whatever that is. For me, being a perennial student, I'm always taking it in, sometimes too much. But that's one of the best tips for all of us going forward, to have someone that you can bounce back and forth with whatever it is that you need, who will keep you accountable and tell you the truth. What's better
The
than
truth.
that? Yes. And
Absolutely.
that might be hard to take in sometimes, but God knows we all need it. This is one of the reasons, the sisterhood, that I love the women at the WPN group, and so do you. And that's how I met you and Charlie and so many other beautiful women, because we are all responsible, accountable to each other, and we're all supportive of each other. There's nothing better than that. Now, time just flies. I say that every Wednesday night. It just flies. We have the name of the person who's going to get your book. And the name of that book, once again, Diane, I think I have it here. It's
The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy.
The Compound Effect, yes, by Darren Hardy. That's going to be great. So he's going to get that. He'll get your email. You'll be able to look and respond to the people here. And then you will go back from time to time and look at the replay and respond to the people there. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to ask me? Or is there anything that you want to speak about? Maybe something that's coming up that you're a part of, and anything at all before we say so long for now?
Well, I'd love to add that one of my favorite hobbies is riding my three-wheeled cruiser, my Can-Am Spider. My husband and I love to travel long distance, and getting healthy was what enabled me to be able to do that. So I love traveling with my husband. We go and see so many beautiful parts of this country on the Spider, so I enjoy that. And to let you know, we're talking about Women's Prosperity Network. We do have an event coming up. It's called the Unconference.
Yes.
And it's October 12th in Orlando. It's called the Unconference because it's not like any conference you've ever been to before.
Yes.
It's absolutely marvelous. And men are invited to that. We have 3 days of wonderful learning, being together, and I'd love to see everybody over there at the Airport Marriott, October 12th.
That'll be great. That'll be great. My intention is to be there, but there's certain things on the calendar. But if not this one, the next for sure. I think you have them twice a year?
Once a year, every year. And this will be the 11th year, amazingly.
Oh, it's a great group. It's a great group. Listen, we've covered a lot of territory and the time flies, but thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you've given us so much, and people will play this over and over to hear a lot of the really profound and terrific information that you shared with us. I'm grateful. I'm going to say so long for now. I'm going to make sure you get this video within the next 24, 48 hours max. It'll have all of your links up there. It'll have everything that people can connect and get to know you more and share. And then Alfredo will give you the email and the address that you can get back to him to send him the book. So thank you. I'm going to say so long for now, but don't go. Stay to the side, and I'll get over to see you in just a second or two. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you.
My pleasure. My honor. Talk soon. All right. Kisses. Where does the time go? What is this thing called time? The constant change is the universal time format, I think. It's change, and it just goes boom, 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 and we have to go with it. As much as I enjoy doing this and meeting all of these phenomenal, fantastic women, it seems to just fly by. And there's so much more you want to ask, and you want to be involved in knowing what they're doing and how they're doing it and so on, because we can only cover so much in 20, 25 minutes. But my friend, what you will do is give us some time and then get to the broadcast again, get all the links, and contact Diane. Because if you're interested in health and living, you have to remember this tagline. I think it's great. Aging backwards. Who does not want to age backward? I'm a healthy senior. I can't say so is Diane. She's much younger than I am. But yet we want to be as young in our mind outlook and our body and our appearance as we can be, healthy in the frame that we're in. And that's all that we're all asking for. So I'm grateful that you were here. I thank you for being here. Hi, Adair. I see Adair is here too. And all of you who came to say hello, it's always good to see you. We are grateful that you show up. And we love it if you're watching the replay to remember to just type in replay so that we know that you were here. Until next week at the same time, same station, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, another leading lady, and then Tuesday night, Style with Joy. Discover your signature style and stance. So, my friends, be well and take care and have a fabulous week. Look forward to seeing you soon. So long for now. Cheers.